Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely. I'm an Illumins Blu-ray from Chicago, Illinois. How are you today? So today I want to just talk to you about remain calm, know and remind yourself that there is a plan. It can be very odd when things happen to really think or feel like there's no plan here. What's going on? It's chaos. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos. But the more of us that focus on staying calm, focus on your body, focus on keeping yourself healthy, well, doing the things that you know what to do, and then some, because there is more. There's going to be more that comes up. So I want to talk to you in this video about cracking the heart. And we sometimes think of our heart as sort of this separate thing. It's like, this big glowing thing, like when you see some of those pictures where someone's, got their little Superman symbol. Look what I got. Keep calm. The Blu-rays are on it. That's because we are the blueprinters. We are the prototypers. We get put through our paces so that this stuff, when it's chaotic, can start to make sense for people. And I don't really mean make sense to the mind. This whole year, this is a body thing. The body's going to matter. And we're finding out that some of this stuff really does matter, especially what we call values, family values. What are those things? Well, as a human family, that means, we're all brothers and sisters. As your own family, it means that some of the things that have happened to you, especially in childhood, can now somehow get repaired, mended, and some of this is going so fast it's making people's heads spin. It's really, really bringing stuff out of the woodwork for people. And that's when you really have to take a pause and really just focus on you. This is about you now. So I know for years I've been saying focus on, your twin flame. And I've always meant the energy angelic side of your twin flame. For people that have come together, there's been a lot of people that have come together that are physically starting to get together. You're having some challenges. I know what those challenges are. And yet we're in an energy right now that you'll actually be able to do something. Now, this is not a passive thing. This is something where you have to be proactive. And I'm here to help people around the heart because the physical heart comes into play. Your own health and well-being comes into play. Your emotional well-being comes into play. Your spiritual well-being comes into play. It all goes together. These are not separate parts of you. Your heart's not up here. Your heart's not down there. You got a heart right inside your chest that beats. And even scientists don't know, why does it keep beating? It's because you're loved. It's because love is the rhythm that keeps your heart beating. And if you like music, you'll find that a really good DJ knows how to bring the heart rate up, knows how to bring the heart rate down, and get everything going for you. And a good DJ will keep you dancing for hours, even if you don't think you can. Why? Because they're doing something about the heart. There's also something happening on a larger scale. Cracking the heart, this means your chest, your upper body, and the upper body areas that all have to synchronize together. They all have to work together here. So this has a lot to do with world systems and history. And this is really doubly important because you have one set of genetics, your twin flame has another set of genetics. No matter how much you say we're one, there's still things that might, kind of like, be there like this. Like, it's a little bit frictiony, it's a little bit off somehow. And do you know everything that runs in the family? a fair amount of people are adopted by great people, and they may not know all of their family history. And this goes even deeper into world history. How do we know, what's affected our genetics very far back? What twin flames have been doing, what you people have been doing, has been to hold the fort, and now you're going to be doing something that you should get started with if you haven't already: sustaining future human life, because it is shifting. We're shifting out of an entire old paradigm, and that is what the shift means. It means that you're kind of going from here to here, and you're not done yet. We're only at the first part of some of the first waves of this. I wanted to do a video a few weeks ago that I kind of called Beware the Ides of March, because I could feel things coming, yet even I could not have predicted some of this stuff happening on a world scale. I knew there was something very big, because you know how it felt? It felt like that energy under the ocean starting to really move from underneath. And you know what that is? That's the masculine. That is some really deep seated stuff that now can kind of unlock. But as we know, what happens when these things start? Okay, we go from holding the fort to going from mini aha moments. Aha, that's what this is. Aha, this is how this is. Aha, this is who I am, to major tower moments. And we're already seeing it. And how do you somehow not participate? We all live here. We're all living here. How do you get yourself up and running and smooth some of this out for you? Not just you, but your family, people you're responsible for, children around you. I had a thought about that the other day. How about the kids, especially here in the US, where, they have found that some things are commonplace, and now there's, closures all over the place. How do they really deal with that? Well, they look to you for guidance. They look to you for leadership if you're their parent. If you are, in some other role to them, they're still going to look to you, because whether they realize it or not, they're still needing to know where the boundaries are and the edges of the box are. There is another level for your health. And this is where some of the childhood stuff comes in, where you would say, hey, I've got, this and this and that from childhood. This runs in my family. And your body is like, oh, hell no, it doesn't anymore. And you're experiencing things, and then you tell yourself, am I crazy? Did I really find this? And the answer is, you're not crazy. But what happens is that this boils down to a body process, major purging, major things happening, and a lot of it surrounding your heart. And I mean surrounding it, where there's stuff that literally you need to crack through, break through. Okay, what happens with twin flame challenges? Okay, twin flame relationship challenges do exist. And people that have challenges, as they come together, can find it's really, really super tough. And they're finding out sometimes that as much as they've been doing the work, that it involves parts of their body that you never even think of. Who thinks about some of their body parts? I mean, we tend to take these for granted that they're up and running, unless you have a crisis. So I've had some really great sessions lately where I've helped people shift their energy big time and get upgraded, because this is part of this. It is getting yourself the upgrades that are necessary for you to continue living your life the way you should. Now, here is one of the challenges. If you're together, these words get in the way. twin flame, or you don't want to have to discuss it. You don't really want to have to talk and like be all business-like and, have to bring up a conversation based on things. The beauty part is you can let the energy side of you take over. Your twin flame body is actually designed to help you easily ditch the past, easily ditch the biological and genetic stuff that runs in your family, easily help you not carry any luggage or baggage for anybody else, easily help you work over those patches where you've had accidents, childhood injuries, traumas, been bumped. Someone asked me recently to talk about what is the spiritual significance of accidents. And first, I'm going to say it depends on what you feel when you have that accident, because sometimes you can feel there's something extra there. If you don't feel something extra, it's just an accident. It's probably someone's negligence. Not everything is intended to happen. Karma isn't always a series of balancing. Things happen because of people drinking, drugging, and negligence, or forgetfulness, or distraction. And that too is a factor that we can't deny. So what happens with spiritual accidents? You get bumped, you get impact, you get, I've known people, I myself have had near-death experiences. I've had people in a flaming car wreck with a near-death experience that they were almost virtually unscathed. Why? Because they're supposed to be here. That wasn't their way of really getting out of here. And that's the case with a lot of people. You're stuck, but those impacts serve to dislodge something that might be something you don't know about. I help people dislodge things from their really deep and long ago, far away past that would help you get over these humps, these speed bumps that slow you down. And a lot of people feel stuck. A lot of people are feeling like somehow their life has stalled out. There's a reason for it. And it has a lot to do with these systems. There's a few other things to know. The structure of your twin flame body is entirely new. Therefore, it does go ahead in cycles. It's important that you educate yourself on this because this is the way of it going forward. You have etheric body connections inside you that do belong to your other half. And if things aren't jiving, if things are somehow, rubbing each other the wrong way, time to do something about it. Time to actually bite the bullet, have an energy session. I'm going to add one other thing here, which people may not be aware of, and that is the financial toll of going to the hospital and going to the doctor. Now, I do encourage people, go to the doctor, check yourself, make sure if you're okay, and have your regular checkups. Not everyone does, although they should. And yet, what I have been finding in the past several months is that when people have an actual spiritual crisis because of their spiritual emergence, and it becomes an emergency, they're getting some pretty hefty doctor bills or hospital bills. Going to the emergency room is still costly, even if there's insurance, because here where I live, there is actually, there's copays and there's fees and things like that. In other places, they're now becoming so busy that they just can't see you, or they're understaffed. And so, what do? Use the tool at hand, which is my information on your twin flame body. So this brings me to this point here that I want to make. The spirit is willing, but does your body cooperate? Because a lot of people will say, oh, I'm all too willing to, be together, but then the togetherness happens, and sometimes there are, things that need to be sorted, or there's some kind of, like I say, I mean, it can feel like resistance or something rubbing you the wrong way, and it's intense. It can be intense. What else? How about your feminine parts, your divine feminine? Okay, there's oodles of history there that your body actually needs to get over. And again, does your body cooperate? Your spirit is willing. Does your body cooperate? Have you made children with people? So the things that I have to help you, divine feminine, mother maiden, or maiden mother crone, where I talk about the phases of your womanhood. And if you have female parts, doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. If you have female parts, if you have ovaries, if you have parts inside you, because there are more than just reproductive organs that are female in their essence. If you have that, you should check it out, because there's big changes there and people are already in it. And I go over it and I go over what to do. And I'll be doing one for men too. There are a lot of things that people get affected by that they don't understand, that your subtle bodies, your energy, whatever you call it, aura, energy body, celestial body, subtle bodies, there are several of them, and there are things to know about it. There's things between the layers. And there's times you can feel like you're doing that inner screaming. Why? It's because of this stuff. World systems and history. So there is this is a 3-part webinar. I already did part 1. Part 2 is coming up. Your menstrual cycle will be affected, and energy sessions. I have spirit subtle body, and I have several other energy sessions to help you get connected, to help you connect deeper and higher, to help you alleviate. And they do it with instructions, okay? I have things pretty much bundled very nicely so that you're able to do something. And you need to think about this. If there is a brand new structure for you, for a brand new life, why would you hesitate? The investment is worth you. When you do something, it benefits those whom you love, not just your true love, the people around you, the people that somehow orbit around you, closest to you, your family, your children. And I know what a lot of people go through, especially if you're an empath. I don't mean to diminish that, but people can really be very trying. They can seem like they're testing you. They can seem toxic. And I get that a lot from people. I'm surrounded by toxic people. Yeah, I've been there. There's even toxic people all over the place. But not everyone's trying to be toxic. They're going through something too. And yet I can help you with that. How do you deal? Well, you don't deal anymore. You actually get yourself up and running. Get your energies up where it belongs, and let me help you do that, because this is but one major thing that we are going to go through collectively worldwide to start moving things along. And there might be some people somewhere that don't really know about this. Regardless, they're going to have body sensations, and you might see that all over the place. Body sensations, and I don't wish it to go this way, but there is a spiritual significance to these inflammations, and that is essentially to burn things off, burn it away. We're using the element of fire to burn some of the past history, and yet your body still needs to get upgraded and maintained. So that's a whole other subject, is how do you properly maintain? And it's not just by watching videos. Videos help. You have to actually engage your body. You have to do proper engagement. There's parts of you that need to open that you might not be aware of it until it starts happening. I had someone write me and say that, my book helped them have a heart orgasm. How beautiful is that? Because they did some of the stuff that was outlined in there. And that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, is getting to a level where some of this is delightful and smooth and fun and romantic. Because don't kid yourself, romance is the only thing that really exists for twin flame people. There's, there's no point otherwise. You're, I kind of, need to really keep emphasizing that. And so I hope that you can join, or I hope that you do understand that I can help you with your subtle bodies, your ascension symptoms, the things you need to get rid of, the things that you need to help your twin with without a conversation, because your conversation should be sweet nothings to each other. It should be poetry. It should be them singing your praises. And that's the direction of it. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. Check it out at twinflamesmerge.com or twinflamebody.com. You can email me at twinflamesmerge@gmail.com. Check the links in the description below. Thank you. Bye.